Hello friends, communication is a basic need of a dynamic society. The group, the community, the nation and civilization exists only by virtue of means of communication. Communication is a process consisting of a sender transmitting a message through media to a receiver who responds. In oral communication, speaker and listener are engaged in face-to-face interaction, and as such communications becomes very easy. But when we have to talk to a large gathering or send a message to long distances, it is difficult, and we need some device or system to communicate. Friends, microphone is such a device which helps us in transmitting a sound or signal through long distances, such as broadcasting and telephony. Here you are listening me through this microphone. To demonstrate you, I have collected a number of microphones here. They are different in shape and sizes, but their function is same. These are condenser microphone, and this is highly directional one. These are cardioid microphones, and this is a wireless microphone or sometimes called FM microphones. Basically, microphone is an electronic sphere. Therefore, before discussing the microphone, let us study the characteristic of a human ear. This is the figure of human ear. It can be divided in 4 sections. Section 1 is outer ear, section 2 is the auditory canal, section 3 is the middle ear, and section 4 is inner ear. The acoustic energy that strikes on the outer ear, that is called pinna, also decides the direction of sound. The sound energy striking on the pinna passes through the auditory canal and strikes on tympanic membrane. This audio energy forced to vibrate the tympanic membrane. The vibrations are passed to inner ear with the help of 3 bones, malleus, incus and stapes. Basically, this middle ear having malleus, incus and stape bones do the impedance matching of lower to higher. The auditory canal is filled with air of low impedance, and the cochlear area filled with the fluid of high density and higher impedance. The length of auditory canal is around 35 mm. This auditory canal is closed from one end and open from another end. That is why it acts as a resonant pipe, and the resonance frequency of this auditory canal is around 3.5 kilohertz. That is why human ear is more sensitive around 3.5 kilohertz. The sound vibrations are passed to inner ear, and the frequency of this inner ear is around 1.5 kilohertz, and that is the lower side of the hearing range. Ear is less sensitive for lower frequencies. We can hear the audio frequency in between 20 to 20 kilohertz. the lower frequency area below 20 hertz is called infrasonic, and the man-made noise and natural noises are in this region. We are fortunate that we cannot hear the lower frequencies, otherwise would have listened the movement of muscles and body. The objects which vibrates above 20 kilohertz, we cannot hear that sound, and that sound is called ultrasonic. But some animal can listen that sound, such as dog. So, this is about the human ear. Now, we will discuss about the real microphone. So far, you have studied the characteristic of human ear. Now, let us study about the microphone. Microphone is a device which converts the acoustical energy into the electrical energy. All those devices which converts one form of energy into another one are called transducers. The sound wave is one form of energy, and through transducers it is converted into another form of energy, that is called electrical, and this output device take out the electrical signal. Let us see in this figure in detail way. The sound originating objects provides sound waves, and the sound wave strikes on diaphragm. Sound wave creates vibration in diaphragm, and these vibrations are passed to transducer or generator. This transducer converts the acoustical energy into electrical energy in the form of electrical wave, and this is available at the output terminal. So, this is the basic working principle of the microphone. Microphone has 4 parts: the windshield, which protects the microphone from air and breeze. The second part is the diaphragm. The third part is the capsule, and fourth part is the head amplifier. Now, let us see where these parts are available in actual microphone. This is a actual microphone. Let us see its part. This is the windshield. This is the diaphragm of this microphone. This is the capsule. The preamplifier is here. The output of this preamplifier is available through these wires. And you can take output signal from these terminals. So far, we have studied about the working principle of a microphone. Let us study the electrical characteristic of a microphone which affects the performance. First, take sensitivity. The sensitivity of a microphone may be defined as a standard voltage output with respect to sound pressure. The unit is millivolt per Newton per meter square. The off signal voltage vary according to the impedance of circuit. So, it has no information unless the impedance is known. The comparison between the two microphones can be made if the impedance is same. To take account of the impedance, the milliwatt is often taken as a reference with respect to 600 ohm input. If you want to make the comparison of the sensitivity between the two microphones, their shape and size do not define it, but there is a practical way how to measure the sensitivity. Here in this figure, this is the source, this is the microphone 1 at distance d1, this is the microphone 2 at distance d2. Both are connected to a double beam oscilloscope. The output of microphone 1 is available at M1 and the output of microphone 2 is available as M2. The output is same. Therefore, the microphone which is far away from the source, like mic 1, is more sensitive compared to the microphone which is near to source, microphone 2. So, we can make the comparison of the sensitivity between the two microphones. To discuss about the impedance of a microphone, let us take this microphone. In this microphone, these are the output terminals, and internally these are connected with some circuit. These wires are connected to this circuit, and the circuit has its own impedance, and that impedance is known as impedance of a microphone. The impedance of a microphone vary from few ohms to few hundreds ohm, and it remains fairly constant over all audio frequencies. Now, we will discuss the effect of cable capacitance on the performance of a microphone. The capacitive reactance of a braided wire or a screen cable plays a significant role when shunted across a high input impedance. We have arranged here a screen cable. This is the screen and this is the live conductor. They are connected to a microphone. Let us see its effect as per the frequency performance and their effect in the output of the signal. Take this figure. Xc is the capacitance reactance, which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi Fc. C, if the frequency is very high, the reactance is low. We have plotted a graph between the length of cable and the capacitive reactance. At lower frequencies, the reactance is fairly high, but if we go on increasing the frequency, the reactance go on decreasing. That is why at higher frequencies, for higher input impedance cable or a microphone, the loss of higher frequency is much higher compared to low input impedance. To use longer cable, it is suggested that use only a medium input impedance microphone with input amplification transformer. Let us discuss the situation when the signal output of a microphone is low. See in this cable, here this is the screen cable and this is the live conductor, and the return path is completed through the screen cable. When the signal level is low, the outsider noise and pickup is passed from screen to live conductor, which is connected with the microphone input. With the result, it picks up disturbances and noises. To avoid this situation, we need some modification. For that, you have to use 2-core cable in which skin is totally separated. It has nothing to do with the return path, and the output of the microphone is connected across this one. We can understand more in detail using this figure. Here, this is the microphone input, which is isolated from the cable through this transformer, and this is the balance feed, and output is also taken through the transformer as a balance out. This also helps in phantom powering center type transformer. Means sometime microphone need the supply which is feed through cable also. The sensitivity of the center feed balance output is much higher compared to single input. So, this was about the effect of cable and its capacitance on the microphone performance. Let us study the frequency response of this microphone. The acoustical energy falls on the face of the microphone, and the corresponding output is available here. If we change the frequency of acoustical energy, the output changes. If we plot a graph between the input frequency and the corresponding output, the curve is known as a frequency response of the microphone. Let us see here in this graph. Here we have varied the frequency, and the corresponding output is available in the form of amplitude. If you go on increasing the frequency, the output is no more constant. It is low at lower frequencies and high at higher frequencies, but not linear, and this is known as a frequency response of a microphone. Each manufacturer provides this curve, and one can utilize the availability of the curve for required frequencies. Now, we will study the effect of noise on the performance of a microphone, and this noise is generated inside the microphone. We will open one microphone. Here the noise is generated in the conductor as well as on the circuit, and it is represented in millivolt or sometime in microvolt, and as if it is generated outside. Let us see the effect on the graph. Here, if we change the frequency of acoustical energy, the noise output available is not same. If you go on increasing the frequency, the noise level increases, but after certain frequencies it decreases. So, one can utilize the low noise area of the microphone, and this noise can be prevented by a formula. Noise equal to 20 log Vn into 10 power 6 upon Vs into 20, where Vn is noise voltage and Vs is rated sensitivity of the microphone. Noise figure can also be represented as a signal to noise ratio, and noise plays an important role, and we need the microphone of low noise. Some microphones are prone to pick up the magnetic effect created by electrical appliances, and this is known as hum. The unit of hum is microvolt micro per Tesla. Listen this sound which has the content of hum. Dear friends, so far we have studied the characteristic of human ear, the working principle of the microphone and its parts. We have also studied the electrical characteristics of the microphone. In the next part of the series, we will discuss the types of microphone and their applications. Thank you.